You think the category is what matters most. You think if you're outside the cone, you're safe. You think when the wind stops, the danger is over. And those briefs are deadly. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hurricane Watch Team. Today, we are not talking about plywood or batteries. We are talking about the 5 critical, overlooked mistakes that get people hurt or killed during a tropical system. My goal here is simple: to rewire your brain on how you view these storms so that you can make the right decisions when it counts. Let's get straight into it. Mistake number 1. Obsessing over the skinny black line. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The National Hurricane Center issues the forecast, and the first thing everyone does is stare at that skinny black line in the middle of the forecast cone of uncertainty. Here is the deadly misconception. People think that line is the forecast, and everything else is less likely. So if your town is just a few miles to the right or left of that line, you breathe a sigh of relief and lower your guard. That is a catastrophic error. The entire cone is the forecast. The cone represents the area where the center of the storm is most likely to be about 67% of the time. But even that is misleading, because the impacts of the killer storm surge, the biblical rainfall, the tornado spiraling winds can extend hundreds of miles away from that center. The pro tip: stop thinking about the track, start thinking about the impacts. It doesn't matter where the eye goes, it matters if you're in the path of the storm surge, the flood zone, or the wind field. Mistake number 2. Fearing the wind but disrespecting the water. When a storm is approaching, what is the first question everyone asks? What category is it? We are obsessed with the Saffir-Simpson scale. Category 3, Category 4, Category 5. And wind is absolutely dangerous, but it is not the number 1 killer in a hurricane. Not even close. Water is. Both from the sea and from the sky. Storm surge, that wall of water pushed inland by the storm, is responsible for the most fatalities historically. And inland fresh water flooding from torrential rain can be just as deadly. Happening hundreds of miles from the coast, days after the storm has passed. A slow-moving tropical storm can be far more deadly from a water perspective than a fast-moving Category 4. Remember this phrase: it will save your life. Hide from the wind, run from the water. You can board up your windows against the wind, but you cannot board up your house against a 15-foot wall of water. If you are told to evacuate because of storm surge, it is not part of a suggestion. It is a warning that the place you are standing could soon be part of the ocean. The third mistake: it's just a tropical storm mindset. This one is about complacency. A system gets a name, but it never quite reaches that magic hurricane status, the news calls it. The news calls it Tropical Storm Allison or Tropical Storm Imelda, and people collectively let their guard down. Oh, it's just a tropical storm. That mindset has killed hundreds of people. A sprawling, slow-moving tropical storm can dump more rain over an area than a compact, fast-moving major hurricane. It can stall for days, turning entire cities into lakes. Tropical Storm Allison in 2001 dropped over 40 inches of rain on Texas and caused over $9 billion in damage and responsible for over 40 deaths. It never had winds stronger than 60 miles an hour. Never, ever underestimate a system based on its label. Pay attention to the specific threats. Is it a prolific rainmaker? Is it moving out of crawl? Those are the details that matter, not whether it has the hurricane title. Mistake number 4, surviving the storm, but not the aftermath. The winds have died down, the rain has stopped, and you open your door and think, we made it. For many, this is when the real danger begins. The aftermath of a hurricane is a minefield. The biggest killers are carbon monoxide poisoning from running generators indoors, in a garage, or too close to a window. It's a silent, odorless killer. Electrocution from downed power lines that might still be alive, hidden in debris, or standing in water. And turn around, don't drown. Driving into flooded roadways. You have no idea if the road is washed out underneath, and it only takes a foot of moving water to sweep a car away. The storm isn't an event, it's a process. The survival mindset has to continue for days, even weeks after the sky is clear. Be patient, be vigilant, don't become a statistic of the recovery. Mistake number 5, trusting a Facebook post over the experts. And finally, the modern mistake in the age of social media. Misinformation is as dangerous as the storm itself. You'll see it every time. Someone screenshots a single, terrifying looking long-range computer model, and we call it the voodoo model. And it posts it as fact. Category 5 monster heading for Miami. It gets shared 50,000 times. It causes panic, confusion, and erodes trust in the real forecasts. Your information diet during a storm is critical. You need to rely on official and trusted sources. That means the National Hurricane Center, hurricanes.gov. This is the source, period. Your local National Weather Service office. They provide specific, localized impact information. Your local emergency management officials. They issue evacuation orders and trusted, no hype analysts like us here at the Hurricane Watch Team who are dedicated to translating that official data into understandable information without the hype. Tuning out the noise and listening to the signal is a survival skill. So, let's recap the 5 deadly mistakes. Obsessing over the skinny black line. Fearing wind more than water. Underestimating just a tropical storm. Letting your guard down after the storm passes. And consuming bad information. Avoiding these mistakes costs you nothing, but it could save you everything. My mission with this channel is to give you the clear, calm, and accurate information you need to navigate hurricane season safely. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a critical update. And do me one more favor. Share this video with just one person you care about who lives in a hurricane zone. It might be the most important thing you'll do all season. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed. This is the Hurricane Watch Team, your #1 source of cyclone information. Peace out.